What's up, everybody? Sorry we're having connection issues back and forth. Lucian back on. I'm going to do the stream this morning. We are getting late a little bit, so please bear with us. Apologize for that. Let's take a look at things this morning. BLNK. Let me just wait actually for some of you guys to come on. I know this is about the third time you guys attempted it, so we apologize. Didn't take my shower yet. Still a little tired, so if I'm off today, then I apologize for you guys. Can you guys send a link? We are just right on YouTube. Live on YouTube, guys. YouTube. Just go to our channel. Right here. Right, let's do this. Here, there you go. Live. Let me share this on social media. Give me a second, guys. Gotta love technology sometimes. Sometimes it works great, sometimes it works bad. Today wasn't working so hot. Here we go. So if we miss some of the pre-market here, guys, we'll just go right into live market. Hey, friends. Here we go. We are live screen sharing on YouTube. Come and join us. Bum bum. There we go. I don't know why that says that. Anyways. There we go. There we go. So, all right, guys, we're live. Sorry for the connection issues. We're going back and forth this morning. So, I'll be live with you this morning. And let's take a look here. BLNK. So BLNK was a big mover yesterday. Price is in the gap right now. If you look right here, you can see the gap right here. What is that? Between 335 up to 851 area. So price is technically in the gap. You can see it's rejecting off the 200 SMA, that black line right now. Or as of yesterday, it was doing that. But you can see pre-market, it's been moving up. So you can see above that, what is that? 467, this area right here. And so that 454 is right, or 554 is right up here. So if this continues, you know, watch for a potential gap fill. This is a really good one to watch. This was on our watch list for today from last night. So, I mean, it's got room to run. Whether it will or not, got to watch and see. If you look at the futures, futures are, let's go over here. Smack dab right in the middle between angular resistance and the 50 SMA and the 9 and the 20 EMAs, right? So it's right smack in the middle. So got to watch and see, right? You know, I think Trump's speaking at 2 o'clock today about Iran, so be careful. Who knows what the heck's going to happen? So we got to be watch and see how that news is going to affect things. So again, BLNK. Definitely one to watch at this point. Let me take a look real quick at some of these other ones from the watch list, see if anything's popping out at me right now. ENPH is in the middle of a symmetrical triangle, right around that 459. See if price moves up. You have some angular resistance right below $5 right there. So keep an eye on it. That might be a potential one for a scalp. Got to watch and see. Let's take a look. Not there. No. Sorry, guys. We just got a little bit of a late start, so I'm just kind of breezing in. Just want to see which ones to look at for you guys. I'm going to look at trade ideas right now. SEII. Let me see. S-E-I-I. Guys, I wonder if I'm getting like carpal tunnel or something like this. You ever type so much your hand just ache? I think 3 screen shares yesterday was a little too much for me. So I got to cut it back a little bit. My hands are sore here today. I'm getting a massage tomorrow, so I got to have him like massage my hands out or something. A lot of typing. So if I shake my hands a little bit, that's probably why. Do I like this? I mean, you can see this is definitely a pump and dump, right? Pump up, dump, pump, dump, pump. We'll see over here. So, let's see. Possible. Market open. Guys, let's keep an eye on BLNK right now. All right? It's the one to watch. Right now, it's breaking pre-market highs. See if this 54 area can get above there and hold. Right now it's rejecting. So at this point, you want to see price hold that 9 EMA, right? And then push up and then go and break above high a day at 563 for a potential continuation. Again, got to make sure, give the market sometimes a few minutes, to play itself out. You gotta, it all depends your risk, right? So you can get in. All of our alerts are going off right now. That's what you're hearing. So the first couple minutes or a few minutes of the market could be back and forth, right? It could lots of volatility. You can see this candle right here, 520 to 563. That's a 40 something cent candle, right? Let this play out on. EMPH is tanking. Yeah, it's selling off big time right now. BLNK. Oh, let me see. I meant to put this on a 1 minute. Sorry. There we go. All right, so BLNK. It's dropping right now, and you can see it's going down right to the, 509 area. And you can see, where is that? Right here. How did I get that resistance? Was that, I'm not sure how I got this marker, but anyways, it's selling off right now. So next up right now, look for that 471 area, which is the top of the previous day's candle, yesterday's candle. So see if it goes down there and holds or if it reverses, right? UUU is popping up on Trade Ideas. Let's take a look at that. Well, anyways, let's just with this one right here. You want to see, is it gonna hold down here and kind of reverse and go back up? Got to watch and see. You got to see again when price is in the gap, creates lots of volatility, right? So you can see this 2 minutes from 2 minutes here, you have about a 70 cent differential. So that's why again we always stress proper risk management, right? Got to be aware of this. If you just hop right in on something without looking at the proper patterns, you could really lose money very quickly. So it's all about support and resistance and being aware, right? And you'll see a lot of times the stock will kind of pop up really quick, drop down a lot when market opens. It could still be green on the day and it might find a potential reversal. Maybe it's just kind of selling off, then comes back up, right? So you got to watch and see. Watch the pattern and see. Let's take a look at UUU while we're at it. See what's happening that's hitting Trade Ideas. So UUU is moving up, pumping up a lot right now. So again, if you see something like this and you miss it, don't just go chasing. If you're new, don't buy, when it's super overextended. Watch for a pullback, right? This one might be a 5-cent spread stock. I gotta see. Yeah, it is. I personally don't like trading these 5-cent spread stocks. As you can see, look at that. 295 right down to 250 really quickly. Just waiting for things to kind of shake out here, guys. Someone's talking about gold in the swing trading room. Let's pull a chart of that up. Futures. It's right down at that, right at that 50 SMA or 200 SMA right here. So it's kind of selling off. Got to see, it's kind of broke out of that channel. You'll go to the hourly. Yeah, so it broken. I had the channel drawn on this probably a couple weeks ago. So it kind of broke down. You're going to see on the daily here with gold. And it's not looking great at the moment. But, you know, keep an eye on that 200 SMA. See if it fails. BLNK still selling off. HLTH. Let's take a look. This one's hitting trade ideas. Don't like it. EVRI. So this one's hitting trade ideas right now. Look, you can see here they had this falling wedge, broke out. Now if you zoom in here, so you had a big gap up. Now it's got a big cup pattern right here. See if the handle forms. Want to see it get above that 803 marker, right? Get above there, and then got some resistance there around 834. So EVRI is hitting trade ideas as we speak. Big cup pattern. Very overextended. So you want to see it get above 803. See if it can hold here. And then next up, if it does continue, look for that 834 area. So I'm going to put EVRI in here just to kind of keep an eye on it. EVRI. So far, still Blink might be hitting support at 470s. Got to watch and see. I'm looking at a peripheral chart on it. It's a little bit bearish on the moment, so I got to see. EVRI still. So you can see here, it's kind of got like that flat top area right here. So you want to kind of see it go and break above that 803. I'm looking at this wick. So this is where I do chart out wicks a lot of my stocks, because stocks do pay attention, right? They pay attention to these wicks, right? So you got to look at both, right? And you can see right here, it's kind of hovering right at that, right below the $8, right below that 803 marker. So now you want to see if it's going to go and break above that. Take a look at a 5-minute chart. Again, we got to be very careful of is very overextended on the 5-minute. If it does, you know, again, this is where you want to have proper risk management. When a stock goes up a lot like this, it could easily give back, you know, it could pull back at least half of that candlestick or more before it runs. So you got to watch and see, right? So this could easily fall back down here, come right down to these areas, the 780s, before it goes up. That's why you want to be aware of the patterns, right? So, you know, again, let the market play out, watch what happens in the morning, watch the patterns play out, pull up a 5-minute chart, look at a 1-minute chart for entries. If you're quicker, like if you're quicker on the trigger, a lot of people use the 1 minute. If you like to slow things down, other people like to use the 5-minute to slow things down. But many times too, you'll see these patterns, they'll go up just like this, and then they'll just dump right back down. Right now it's holding, so it might be bull flagging. You just got to wait and watch and see here. Want to see if it holds right below $8 here. Want to see it get above $8, and then ideally get above 803. And see if it holds. There you go. Now it's getting above 803. Watch for the retest. See if this retest of 803 holds. Right? Or if it's just going to go parabolic. A lot of the times they'll break out and just go up. But now watch for the retest. If it breaks 809, it might go. If it retests 803, you want to see it hold and go up. It's retesting now. 803. Is it going to hold or is it going to fail? Want it to get above that 809 area. Still hitting trade ideas right now. It's indecision, right? This is all happening within 1 minute candle, right? So you're going to watch and see, is it going to go and continue upwards or is it going to fail? Still looking at BLNK. Doesn't look great. Looks like it's bear flagging still in the 1 minute. Got to see. Now this candle, not looking great here, but it's got to hold and get above 810 to move up. This is kind of a spinning top candle. These are a little bit tricky. Sometimes, again, it can either go up above like it's doing now, or it can fail. Get above that 810 or 811 area. Still hitting trade ideas. And this might be one of those bull flags that trades up diagonally. So those are ones you got to, kind of be careful on. Now you can at least, with something like this, if you were to take a trade on this, you can use this candle more as your stop rather than this big one, right? Kind of limit your risk on the smaller candle. Let me take a look at your UUU. Yeah, UUU still going up. Again, that's a matter of your preference. I don't like those 5-cent spreads. Just don't like them. Still having some difficulty getting over that 810 area. There you go. Now you want to see that 810, 811 area hold. Right? And now you got to be aware of that 833-ish area as resistance. BLNK is getting above VWAP now, so see if it makes a run. Yep, it's moving up now. There you go. BLNK is really making a move now. Watch for that 560, 563 area. If it rejects or gets above, making kind of a big cup pattern right now. This one's still kind of stair-stepping, right? So kind of that diagonal bull flag. Right now, again, you could have gotten in at a break above 8. It's up to 817 now. BLNK just broke above. It's flying now. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a halt coming. Let's take a look at BLNK. Right here. So BLNK, you can see, look at that. Kind of got that evening star pattern right here, or morning star pattern on the 5-minute chart. And you can see, came right down here. Right when you had the crossover here, it just went up and it flew. Now it's in the gap. It's in kind of no man's land, so it can just create lots of volatility. Now you want to see that 563-ish area hold. So if it pulls back, which it could easily fall. So see, this is where you don't want to chase newbies if you're looking. You can see a big 70-cent 1-minute candle, right? Got to be careful of that. It's hard to trade that, like with limiting your risk. It's hard to do good risk management with a huge 1-minute candle like that. EVRI is pulling back to the 810 support area right now. See if it holds. And see that? So it's just dropping a lot right now. So see if it holds or if it goes up. Got to play these patterns. EVRI showing some weakness. Oh, now it bounced right off 810. Let's go take a look at that one again. So as you can see, EVRI went up, came back down, retested this 810 area, and then it's bouncing again, right? So you want to see it stay above that candle right over here. And you want to see the 9 EMA catch up and start to push up price. Market's selling off some right now, so be aware of that. We always have a futures chart pulled up when we're trading. Just being aware of these the markets, because you got to watch these stocks. They run many of times with the market. Watch right now if price can get above this 817 level here, right? Be aware that it's overextended on both the 1 and the 5 minute. And you'll notice again, if you're new, guys, this is more of a higher float stock, right? So this is shares. It's basically shares outstanding. That's kind of Thinkorswim's version of float. It's higher than a float. So if you see this number, usually float is lower. So you can see it's just kind of a good gauge. You know, it's 68 million. It might be 50 or 60 million float. So it kind of is a slower grinder. So if you want to slow things down, these higher float stocks really tend to make things a little bit slower. And as you can see, it's still grinding up. So if you got in at a break of $8, you're up 20 cents, right? You know, you can consider taking profits depending on what your risk management is. And BLNK might be a bull flag on the 1 minute, but it's really choppy. Got to watch and see. Let me see BLNK. So right here, you can kind of see kind of a choppy, maybe bull flag, but you got to be careful of this. It's kind of a high wave 1 minute candle, kind of a big candle, a little bit messy to trade. And you can see it's bouncing right off pre-market highs, right? No coincidence. So see if it holds here and goes for a break above, or if it fails. ENPH might be doing a V bottom. It's broaching previous close, so watch if it goes red to green. Let me take a look at that one. So ENPH, you can see a V bottom, bullish 9 and 20 crossover. See if it goes and breaks that high of day around 460 and continues up. You know, be aware of some resistance in the potential 480s and angular resistance right below $5, right? EVRI still holding, needs to get above 820 now. You can see that big cup pattern. At some point, it may want to come back and form a handle, or it might tank, right? Got to watch and see. Be aware of resistance right around that 833 marker. People might sell before then. Yeah, BLNK going back over here. It might be holding here. You want to see it kind of break above, get above that 590s marker. Again, the gap, this can easily skyrocket or easily dump. That's why entries are super important. You want to see it get above 6 and hold now. But again, risk management, $6 right down to 570. You know, it's a little bit, you can see the volatility. That's what happens with these low floaters. So now you can see with a low floater, they move up and down very quickly. But then the risk management is more challenging as well. So you have to determine when you're trading what type of trader you are. Do you want to do the low floaters, high floaters? Again, more risk, more reward with the low floaters, you know, and lower risk, lower reward for the high floaters, right? Want to see here, it kind of got this pennant pattern right here, like that triangle pennant pattern. You want to see it go and break above $6. Let me pull up a 5-minute chart. Again, so you look at here, this volatility, no coincidence, because it's kind of smack dab right in the middle of this wick, right? These wicks cause volatility. So you have this wick right in the middle of a gap. Again, gaps in these wicks cause volatility, right? You want to see it hold above this 588 marker right there. So now see it, You know, see that? It easily goes up and comes down, right? There you go. Is it going to hold the top of this candle right here of 563 of pre-market high? Is it just retested? Right? This is why it's super important to have great risk management. 560 to 606. My math is, I don't know, 40 or 50 cents. So again, that's how easily a stock like that can move. EVRI is now selling off as well. Let me pull it up. So EVRI, see, there you go. Went up. Now it's pulling back, right? Failed to stay above that previous high. Now it's pulling back. And it might be dumping. This is day trading, guys. That's why you got to determine your risk management. Always consider taking your profits. You know, when it failed to stay above here, previous high, doesn't mean it can't go. You know, it doesn't mean this is not going to stay and continue upwards, but you know, on a stock like this, you could have made 20 cents taking your profits, wait for a pullback. Lexi, there might be a 10 or 15 second delay on YouTube. All right, let me take a look at AMDA. That one is flying right now. Take a look at the daily. So this one's hitting trade ideas right now as we speak. This one went from $1 up to $1.80. This one might be a 5-cent spread stock. Let me see. Oh, maybe not. So right here, you know, again, if you're new, be careful on big candlestick like this. You know, wait. You want to get in ideally on pullbacks near the moving average lines. Down here, you got to be super careful up here unless you're using hotkeys and you're like in and out within the matter of seconds. UUU is failing at this moment. Let's take a look. UUU, here you go. So you went up. Tweezer tops right here. That's a bearish sign. Coming back down, failing VWAP, and it's testing the 20 now. So you can see right here. Got to see it if it's going to hold, you know, maybe that 295 area, or if it's just going to go up and just dump back down. Again, very overextended on the 5-minute. See if it bull flags or if it just dumps. Yep, BLNK just dumped. Let's go back over here. And there you go, guys, right? This is day trading over and over and over. Pumped up, went up right here, close to tweezer tops, a little bit lower. Fell right back down, failed to hold resist. So this was resistance. Price came back down, retested a few times, which is support. Now it's failing support. Doesn't mean it can't go back up again, but the pattern is not looking good at the moment. EMW, I'm not sure what you mean by that. A halt on the way down is good if you long BLK. That's not sure if that's what you meant. A halt on the way up if you're long is decent, but if you're long and you get a halt on the way down, that's not good. You are in the live trading room right now, JP. If you're typing in the room right now, you're in the trading room. So guys, if you're new and you're watching this and you're on YouTube and you're not seeing any chat, obviously we have the chat turned off because on our website, you can see over here, this is our trading room. We have our day trading room and we have our swing trade room over here with our options, and you can see we're all chatting in here, right? So that's who I'm talking. I'm talking to people in here as well while I'm looking. So again, we have our day trading swing trading room over here. Come and join us right over here. Subscribe. We're only $10 a month, right? Back to trading. Everything's kind of bearish at the moment. If you look at futures, pull up a chart. Again, we always have the chart up. You can see on the daily, zoom in, again, descending triangle, lower highs, lower high, lower high, went up, failing overhead angular resistance, failing the 50 SMA, still failing angular resistance, but now right at that 20 and right above the 9 EMA on the daily. So I got to watch and see, right? Still in the middle of that descending triangle, still in a bigger overall bearish pattern. Let me pull up here. All right, so here is hitting trade ideas. People are talking about it in the trade room. Let me get rid of my drawings. You can see some resistance right around that 806 marker right here, right there. You want to see it get above that wick and see if it can break. Super overextended on the daily. Let me see if this is shortable. All right, so this is a perfect example. Let's talk to you guys here. So if you're long on this, be aware of a few things. It's got to get above that 802-ish, whatever this, what is this marker right here? 803 area. So it's got to get above that area and hold. Be very aware that the price is very overextended on the daily. Doesn't mean it can't go up more, but just be aware it's overextended. You have more than 3 green days. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now at this point, if you were to take this long, you want to see it get above 803, play the patterns, right? You want to see it get above and hold. If you were a short, you'd be looking for a potential reversal. You might let this break out, form a top, form a reversal potential pattern, and then short it at a peak on the way down. You can't get shares to short right now in Thinkorswim, but interactive brokers might have it. So at this point, you can see it's very overextended. If a reversal happens, you can short it potentially at a peak if there's a reversal that forms at some point using, these areas as support, right? There's a long way down. You can go to the hourly. Yeah, I mean, there's, this could easily go up and then easily come back down and give at least a lot of these gains back. Might not happen today, but at some point it may pump up and then come down. I don't know anything really about here as a company, but just be aware of these companies. They pump and then they dump, and you can see some support right over here, right around $7. So if it goes up and continues, great. If it comes back down, if you want to look for a potential reversal on a top and short, you would basically, again, just giving you a short lesson, you can short at a top using these areas kind of as covering, right? So this is support. So you would sell high and buy low to cover, right? That's how shorting works. Not saying to short this. I'm just giving you guys an example. It's bull flagging right now. Yeah, BLNK is really dumping right now. But be careful around this 475 area. Watch and see if it's a double bottom. So give you guys an example over here, BLNK. So watch right here. See if the buyers come in right around 476 or above. If it does, maybe it'll form a double bottom, right? Gotta watch and see this. These gaps create lots of volatility. Why can't you hear, Will? Let me see. Will's saying he can't hear. I don't know why. So again, watch right here, right? So is it going to hold? Are the buyers going to come back in and push it back up? Got to watch and see. The pattern is really ugly right now, though. Let me pull up over here. Here, still, it's on the 1 minute, might showing a little bit of indecision, starting to fail right here. Now you want to see, now it's right here. So I'll give you an example. BLNK is starting to touch the high of yesterday. It's failing the high of yesterday. That's not good. If you're bullish on this, right, you want to see it hold. You don't want to see it fail that area. Lots of sloppiness right now, guys. Let me pull up here again. So here, it's trying to choose a direction at this point. Again, remember, it's super overextended. Go to a 5-minute. Bears might be coming in and trying to push it down. Got to watch and see. If it fails that 803 marker and $8, it might be a potential short. Now it's failing the 9. That's bearish. So this line right here, watch for a retest. Is it going to go back up and retest 803 and get back above, or is it going to fall? Failing right here. So now again, if you were to short on something like this, right? Not saying to do it, but if you were, you know, you can short. Again, you want to sell high, cover low, and your stop would be, you know, right up here, high a day. So if you got a bounce up here and you found an entry to short back down, you could always use high of day as your stop, right? So if you're shorting below, let's say $8 right now, if you feel like it's going to fail and it's going to stay falling down, you can take a short. Again, not saying to do it, but if you were to short below here, you can have a stop up here. You know, maybe a 20-cent stop up top. See right here, you're going to watch for a bounce. Many people watch for a bounce up. See if the bounce goes up and breaks above or if it fails. See, it might be failing. Got to watch and see if that might be where the shorts come in and try to short it down more. Got to watch. It could easily go back up as well. Again, you got to play the patterns. But it's all about limiting your risk, right? You know, you can see right here, if you were to take a short on something like this, you know, $8 to $8.20, that's not bad. That's a 20-cent stop loss, right? So just kind of giving you guys an idea of kind of how shorting works and also limiting your risk. I'm not saying this is the best pattern to short right now, but ideally you would have wanted to get in areas up here when it's kind of failing to break the high of day, short it down, you know, when you're up higher at this level, so you can limit your loss, even your risk even more. And as you can see now it's starting to fail. There you go. So that's where you got to determine what kind of trader you are. Are you a long? Are you a short? Do you want to mix it up? Play both ways? Again, like this, you know, in a stock like this, $8.20 down to $8. That's a 20-cent move, right? AMDA, I know you guys are talking about that. Not sure why it's taking so long. Come on. There we go. So it looks like AMDA was halted before. Not sure if it came back and resumed. So you can see this one went just crazy. Now see if there's a bull flag or if it just goes up and dumps, right? Again, newbies, you don't chase something like that. You can see major big candle right here. Got to be careful. Got to watch for a pullback here. See if the pattern holds, bull flags and goes up, or if the move's over, right? It just went up and dumped. Chilan, just you got to go to our YouTube channel, Bullish Bears on YouTube. You'll see the video I'm doing live on YouTube right now. Actually, you probably wouldn't hear me right now. There you go. Thanks, Will. Appreciate it. I'm trying to talk when they can't hear me, so it would have been easier to type. So now you'd want to see right here, see if there's a green candle that holds right here for a potential bull flag and push it up. But sometimes it doesn't even form. It just goes up, right, and comes back down. Right? There you go. Boom. See how quick that happens? That 1 minute candle to even format. Up and down, up and down. Hotkeys, guys. But again, if you're new, you know, we recommend don't trade these unless you know exactly what you're doing. Ideally, you want to get entries down here near the 9 EMA, right? When you get out in these areas, it gets very hairy and you have to get in and out within seconds. When you get in down in these areas, right, when price is kind of coming down here and then it broke high of day over here, you could have gotten an entry over here and then you could be riding it, right? But when you start to buy it out in these areas, when it's super overextended, you can see a, you know, 40, 50 cent candle up and down. Boom, boom. Here might be broaching high of day. Let me see. So here, let's see. Again, has this volatility of the candle wick right at that 820. So you're kind of in a channel right now. See if it can break above 820. If not, it might be a double top failure. Ears dropping. Let me see. Yeah, it is. Not really liking that pattern. LPCN is hitting trade ideas. Let's see. So, let me remove my drawings. So you have some resistance right around that $2. Then you have a gap between that 215 to 292 area. It is moving up, needs to get above that 190 area right at that pre-market high of yesterday. So see if you can get above that 190 or if it fails, right? Got to watch and see. Here is broaching high of day 820 now. See if it gets above it, breaking above it now. Let's see if it holds. Let's see. All right, there we go. So now here is breaking high of day. Watch if the retest of 820 holds or if it fails. So it needs to get above. Oh, it's got some room to run. Really overextended, but got to watch and see, right? Retesting is failing at the 820 marker. Yes, on our YouTube channel right now. There we go. LPCN is all over trade ideas now. Let's see. There it goes, breaking $2. Very overextended. Watch if the retest of $2 will hold. Needs to get above, needs to hold this area here. If it can hold above 2, watch this 214 area. If it can get above 214, watch the gap, right? So now you start to see this indecision here. No coincidence that there's this indecision as it's broaching the bottom of the gap, right? So there you go. So see that? This volatility, guys. This is a high wave candle. This is where things get very tricky and very hairy to trade, right? So you have a breakout on trade ideas. You got to be quick, guys. Trade ideas is an incredible scanner. Best scanner out there, right? But you also got to be aware of when something hits trade ideas, many of times you have a limited time before, because again, everybody's got, either trade ideas or another type of scanner. These scanners pick up volume. And so if you miss a move, like, you know, you can see a breakout here, a little pullback here. If you miss this kind of area right here to get in and you start chasing up here, perfect way to really get caught and lose a lot of money, right? So you got to be very, very careful. So you have a limited window, but this is day trading, right? You come in, you get in, you know, like this. You had a kind of a flat top kind of forming right over here. You could have gotten in at the break of this 172 area, rode it up like this, 172. Once it got up to $2, once it started to fail, you could have gotten out. 172 to $2 was a 30-cent move, right? Not bad. Jay, you're funny. Chris likes to start a lot of problems, doesn't he? ENPH might be going red to green right now. Let's take a look. So you can see sold off. Price is now broaching high of day. So it went green to red to start the day. Might be popping back up. See if the retest of previous close holds or if it fails. It's failing now. LPCN still doing a tug of war up here. Right again. Right at that $2 marker. That 2 to 213. Right below that gap of 213. If it can get above that 213.14 area, it might have some room to run. CNET. Let me see. Yes, it is. CNET is moving up. You can see right here, right above that 331 level. So see if this area holds and moves up. If it moves up, I mean, it's got some room to pop, right? It's retesting that area right now. See if that retest holds and goes up. Again, very overextended on the 1 minute. Got to be aware of pullbacks. 5 minute, you can see kind of that big kind of U pattern kind of forming here. It's retesting this high, what was that, 2 days ago? So see if this area holds. If it can hold, it might continue up. It's failing as we speak. Will, great job, by the way. Will got in at CNET at 309, out at 333. That's a 24-cent move. That's fantastic. So if he got in at 309, let's go down right over, right down here, right? So you kind of maybe saw this U here. Got in above VWAP in an anticipation of a red to green move. Got in, he got in. If he got in at 309, like I said, right down in here, right maybe at that 9 and 20 crossover, out at 333, right here, right in this area over here. So you maybe saw it pull back, sold on the way down. Is that what you did, Will? If you did, great job. Look at a 920 crossover, price crossing VWAP in anticipation of a red to green. And then you saw some weakness up here, sold on the way down. If that's what you did, great job, Will. LPCN is still trying to broach that gap. And there you go, CNET dumping, right? Went up, came up, retested this 332 area. Now it's failing. LPCN. Lots of volatility here, guys, right at that gap, right on the daily I was telling you about. Zoom in. Gap is right here at that 216-ish marker, 215.16, right? Want to see it get above there. It might be stair stepping up. Again, going to be lots of volatility. Got to see. There you go. It's broaching it right now. If it gets above in that gap, you want to see it hold that level. If it breaks above that 215.16 marker, you want to see it get above and then hold. It's broaching it. Again, be aware it's overextended. Here is broaching high a day again. It's retesting 820. See if it can break above 828. Let me pull up here. So here, it's doing a retest. Now you want to see if it can hold that high a day around 825, right? See if it continues up and if it can break above 828. Still, again, be aware it's very overextended. Yeah, BLNK is got kind of a, let me see here. You know, kind of maybe forming a base here, right? Pattern just messy, right? Could run, could move. The pattern just, it's very difficult to trade, you know. Here again, let me pull that up. So here might be still trying to go. See if it get above 828 and hold. Want to see it hold. There it goes. Want to see it get above that 828.29 marker. There it goes. Is it going to get a push? Get above that 829 marker. Oh, let me pull up the 5-minute. Yeah, still kind of just diagonally going up. Watch if 829 can hold on the retest and push price up. Here is hitting trade ideas now, so watch out. Awesome job, Aussie Ben. There you go with here. Now it could lift off. Got to watch and see. Now just be aware of whole and half dollar amounts, so 850 area. Watch if it, you know, can get above 850 or if there's a potential rejection. Still moving up. Watch what happens around 850. I mean, you can see just all in this area here, there's resistance, but I mean, it could go. I mean, right? There's really, it's tough to call resistance in this area when there's just, it's all over the place. So, I mean, here could, that's where you got to watch the patterns, right? Watch the patterns, intraday patterns, see what happens. It's still moving up. Watch for a potential reversal. That's funny, Jay. ENPH is still trying to broach high of day. See if it can break above. So ENPH is breaking high of day. Watch if that 460.61 area can hold. If this moves up in the middle of a symmetrical triangle, watch for potential angular resistance below $5. LPCN is dumping. There you go. Pumped up, dumped. Right, guys, very important, right? No coincidence. See that peak, that 214? Look over here. 215, right below the gap. Went up, touched below the gap, dumped, sold off, right? Gaps, very important support and resistance levels. Here might be still moving up. Let's see. There we go. Now here's got to break 843 and continue up. If you get a right entry on something like here, then you could ride the 9, right? So you can watch, get an entry. Not saying to get in right now. It's a little bit overextended. But if you got in on these, lower areas by the 9 EMA, close to it down in here, you could ride it. And then if price closes below the 9, you could use it as a stop loss and kind of adjust on the way up. Now at this point, it's got to break 843. If it breaks 843, watch for 850 resistance. And if it breaks 850, watch if it continues up. Watch $9. Now, be also aware of, might be doing tweezer tops, right? Two of the same tops right up here. If it can't stay above 843, this might be a tweezer top and bearish pattern. There we go. You want to see it hold. If you're bullish, it's holding the 9. See if this pattern holds and it's a flat top and can get above 843, or see if it's bearish and a tweezer top. Approaching 843. Want to see it get above 843. ENPH is moving up. It's staying above high a day around 460s. Pattern's a little bit messy in the 1 minute though. So now you got to watch. Is this going to be an ascending triangle breaking out above 843, or is it going to be tweezer top failure? EGY is hitting trade ideas. Let's see if I can pull up a chart on that. Let me see here with EGY. So EGY is moving up. Let's take a look at the daily. Let's see, where is it here? 140s, 150. Take a look at the hourly. So at this point with EGY, you want to see it get above 150 and hold. Definitely overextended. Might get a pump. Let's just trying to find some resistance back here. 152 range right there. 169. I mean, it might have some room. See if it can break 150. So at this point, if you were to take a trade on EGY, if you got an entry, 150 area or using this 9 EMA on the 1 minute might be a good risk management for a stop. Right? Limit your risk, right? If you got in, I'm not saying to, but if you got in above 150 and it holds, you can use 150 or this 9 EMA on the 1 minute as a stop. Again, it can give back some of its gains over here, but you can see, not saying again, it's still overextended on the 5 minute. It can definitely pull back. Got to watch and see. But it's stuff like this. This is where I want to show you guys as a newbie, is limiting your risk, right? So if you did take a risk on something that was overextended, not saying you should, but if you did, you can see 145 to 150, 155. You're talking about 10 cents, right? So it's at least it's good risk management for stopping, for your stops. Again, but you have to be aware of it being overextended. And you don't like to see this, right? You want to see it stay above. You don't like those high wave candles. But it can move. This might be a little pullback, and then it might go and break above. But it's all very important, guys, to have proper risk management. Watch for the retest. See if this 152 will hold and break above 155, or watch if it fails. So again, not saying to take this trade. It is a bit risky. But look, you do have some tight risk management right here. If it closed below the 9 on a 1 minute, you're looking at 5 or 6 cents. So it's that kind of stuff that you guys want to look for is protecting your capital, right? You want to make the gains, of course. Who doesn't? But you also want to limit your risk. And that doji candle on the 1 minute and the 5 minute as it's forming might be showing some weakness. Gotta see. You want to be careful trading doji candles as well. Now it needs to hold this area right here, hold that 152, and then go and break above that 155. Still has to contend with that upper wick and right down here. There you go, broaching 155. Is it going to break? You want to see it break above 155 if it does. Right at that 155. Can it break above that doji candle? There you go. Now watch the retest. See if the retest on 155 holds or if it dumps. Went up, comes right back down. Is it going to hold? Is it going to fail? Want to see the 9 catch up to price and keep it going. See if this 1 minute candle holds right at that 155-ish area. Is it going to hold? Is it going to fail? Is it going to bull flag and go up, or is it going to fail? Later, Ben. There it goes. It's holding so far. See if it goes and breaks above 158 now. Again, be aware. Overextended. At some point, it might want to pull back. Another doji candle. Is it going to go and break above 158? Looks like AMDA is hitting again. AMDA is breaking high of day. See if 256 retest holds. Go back over here. So AMDA, you want to see that, well, this 255 area hold on the retest. Is it going to hold? Is it going to bounce and go up? There it goes. EGY is going up again still. So as you can see, price went up, broke high a day. If you were to get an entry, you want to see this area hold, right? 255, 275, 20-cent move. EGY still kind of stair-stepping up. Now you want to see this 158 area right over here hold on the retest. And then be aware of that 170-ish area as resistance. Yep, Trade Ideas is killing it, Kev. Again, if Trade Ideas isn't picking up something, then it's probably not happening. AMDA. Be careful of this wicks right here, right? It's got to hold above this 158, get above that wick, get above that 161 area. You guys see what I'm doing? Every time it breaks a high, you want to see it, if you're bullish on it, continue upwards. And then limit your risk, limit your stop. Or have have tight stop losses. You want to be aware of these wicks like that. Price contends with them. That's where volatility is. Might be showing some weakness here. It's failing to break the 161. Got to see, is it going to go and break above it now? Or is it trapped right in here? So it's right in that trap between that 158 and 161. Yep, sellers right here at the 160. Could easily pull back. There you go. Right here, give back half that candle here. See if it's going to hold or if it's going to continue up. So this is showing some weakness, guys. This is a spinning top candle. It hasn't formed yet, but got to watch it, right? This is showing some weakness. And no coincidence, right? Look at how overextended it is. Overextended. Looks like AMDA might be trying to push up again. Still kind of a bigger candle, right? Still overextended right here. Got to watch and see. The pattern gets a little bit messier in here, right? You're talking 285 down to 255. That's 30 cents worth of 1 minute candles right here. So it gets a little bit messy in here. You got to be quick if you were to trade something. And there you go. Dumping down. Now it's failing. Previous high at 255. So if you're bullish on something like this, you don't want to see that. So when it price goes and it breaks above, right? And it comes back up right over here. So right when it breaks out and you see the retests, you want to see the retest hold. Resistance then becomes support. You want to see support hold if you're bullish and continue up. You don't want to see support break like it's doing now. And there you go. All right, Luna's hitting trade ideas. Let's take a look at that one. So here you can see 345-ish range. You know, if it can break above 350, might have some room to $4. All right, $4 resistance. Where's this? 357-ish range. So if it can kind of get above, you know, this area here, it might have some room. Got to look at the hourly. Don't love the pattern, but, you know, whole and half dollar amounts on one like this you might be aware of. See if it's going to move up, get above that 350 area and continue or fail. Again, if you guys are watching us and you're not a member of our chat room over here, this is where we're doing all of our chatting right now. We have our day trading room. We also have our swing trading room over here. So this is where we talk, and we're doing all of our, everybody's talking, right? So again, if you're not a member yet, you can subscribe here. We're only $10 a month. Let's see. Futures might be going red to green right now, so let's take a look. Be aware, again, Trump is talking at 2 p.m. today. It's going to be lots of potential volatility with the Iran deal, so who the heck knows what's going to happen with the markets. Price is caught right in between angular resistance in the 50 SMA, in between the 9 and the 20 EMAs right in here. Got that doji candle indecision. Let's see, BOSC is hitting trade ideas. And there you go. So you can kind of see a triangular pattern here. It's hitting angular resistance right around that 240s. So this is one I already had charted. I must have looked at this one already. You can see crazy pump and dump stock. Let me look at the hourly. Maybe trying to make a move. You can see some... maybe at 240s, so you got to see if it pumps and dumps, right? But again, as a newbie, very, very careful, right? So you can see the pattern. It might be trying to potentially break out on the triangle, but you could also see, you know, crazy looking pattern over here on the 1 minute. Really huge candle up. Got to watch and see if it can break 238. It might run. The risk management's not too bad on this right now. So 238 down to 232 isn't bad. Not saying to take this trade. It's super overextended. But those are the things you want to look at. Limiting your risk, right? How far is it away from that 9 moving average? Ideally, you want to get in on an entry as close to the 9 as possible. So like right down here when it was going red to green, ideally you'd want to get in closer down here for a break up. Then you look to potentially sell up here. Or, you know, use this 9 EMA as your stop. Hey, Tony. I mean, that's the plan. So as of right now, if you're watching this, again, we don't know how we're doing things moving forward. Right now, our screen sharing is not included in our $10 a month plan. But if for anybody that has been following us all along, we're all about being fair to those that follow us. So our intention is if we do continue screen sharing, we'll probably just grandfather anybody that's paying $10 a month or $99 a year. Basically our current plans now. So if you're in our current plans now and we continue screen sharing, that's our intention. But if we continue doing screen sharing, Anybody that's a current member or paying that price will be grandfathered into it. Again, we're always trying to be fair for you guys. But at some point in the future, again, if any of you guys look at live screen sharing services, first of all, there's, just day trading live scan services alone are anywhere from $100 to $200 a month from other companies that are out there. But we also do options alerts, swing trading, our live screen sharing, our for trade ideas. That's $120 a month tools. So if you package all of our stuff together with a lot of stuff we give out, you can be looking at upwards of $300 a month. So we're never been about price gouging people or anything like that. But my whole point being is those people, those you guys that are paying $10 a month, you're getting a steal. We're all about locking you guys in for being loyal. And but people that decide they're on the fence, they don't know, at some point we may raise our prices for new people that come in. So if you're getting $10 a month screen sharing all this now, then you're lucky, you were smart, you're being loyal. For those of you on the fence, at some point we might raise the prices and be more, right? We haven't decided yet. If everything goes great, and I mean, guys, we're growing like crazy right now. We don't want to raise our pricing, but we may, right? So lots of people are joining, and the more people that join at 10 a month, then the less likely we'll raise our prices, right? So if you're a freebie or a newbie or anybody watching this, again, I encourage you, go look at other trade rooms, look at other services, no hate or shade their way. We have lots of respect for them. We're not trying to compete with them. We're just kind of our own entity. We don't care what anybody else does. Again, $10, you're not going to find this value anywhere. So that's my product. That's my plug for right now. Have fun, David. Let's see if anything's looking good. VNRX. So VNRX is hitting trade ideas. You can see it's right at that 50 SMA. Want to see it get above that 244. No coincidence, right? Look at the gap. Bada bing. So if it can get above that, watch here. Watch if there's a 920 crossover on the daily. See if price can get above that 50 SMA. If it can get above 245, ideally you want it to get above 250, that $half amount. If it can get above 250, watch for a potential gap fill. Be aware of resistance around 280 at that 200 SMA. So it might be trying to go up. You can see here, might be forming a bull flag. Got to see. This is trade ideas, guys. We're just up on trade ideas. When something pops up, you look at it, look at the patterns, look at this, get a good potential scalp, limit your risk. And that's it. Every day we're just in here teaching you support and resistance. Because that is the main name of the game when trading. So right here you can maybe see it might be bull flagging. Not much going on. So you can see with VNRX, it's kind of been choppy, right? It's not doing much of anything over in here. So it's either setting up to maybe break. You can see it might be in this indecision mode. It might be setting up to break and go up into that gap, or it might be setting up to dump. Got to watch and see. Just looking at some other patterns, guys. Not seeing anything great right now. HUD. For those who are swing traders, HUD is moving up. See if that retest of the previous high a day can hold that 1625 area. Let's take a look at the hourly. PRPH is hitting trade ideas. Let's take a look at that one. So this one is going crazy. Going parabolic on the daily, right? So here you go. Some resistance up in these areas over in here. And right there. So newbies, got to be careful. This one's hitting trade ideas right now. It's breaking yearly highs, going absolutely crazy. But you have to be careful when you see this. Don't chase. Look at this, a major green candle. About to get halted, or it just got halted. But we always talk about buy as close to support as possible, right? You want to get in, not saying to trade this one right here, but you can see you get in on entries as close to the 9 as possible. Right over here, you could have gotten in at maybe the break of this candle right over here as it broke above the high, that 427, using this area, that 427 or the 9 as a stop, depending where it was at the time. But out when it gets like this in no man's land, look at this. This 428 to 508, that's 80 cents, right? 80 cents in 2 1-minute candles that it can easily dump and drop, right? So you want to be careful buying out in these overextended areas. You buy close to support, these levels right here. Ideally, you would have saw this one kind of forming right back here, right? You would have saw it did really not much, anything, right? At the pre-market, very little bit. Kind of got that, like, kind of that flat top-ish area. And then, boom, ideally you get it in the break above that flat top. Get a break above, pull back. Let me see. Hold on. I got to answer an email. Please. An email at BBTeam. So yeah, so now it's halted, right? So again, we're trying to tell you guys, again, you don't chase something like that. You want to buy again close. You can see kind of like that, kind of that flat top ascending triangle. Ideally, you want to get in a break above. If you miss it as it breaks above, watch for a pullback right in here. Get in maybe a potential break right above this candle right here. And then when it gets out here, it kind of gets in no man's land. You got to wait for pullbacks and watch for the pattern. Here might be trying to make another run. Let me see. Keep an eye on here. See, it might be trying to go to broach towards high a day. Got to watch and see. Yeah, let me see about BLNK. Guys, I'm getting a little bit tired. I'm fading a little bit, so I'm probably going to wrap up in a few minutes. BLNK might be doing an inverse head and shoulders here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Kind of got this neckline area right there. You know, if it can get above that 200 SMA, might have some room. Be aware of overhead resistance right around VWAP. Take a look at AMDA. So AMDA, watch right here. So again, people that are questioning about shorting, right? So you watch right here. Watch if it goes and breaks 285. If the pattern fails, you can see, you know, I'm not saying to short this, but some people can short towards the top if it fails 285 using, you know, this area down in here as support. So again, as an example, if 285 fails and the pattern sets up, you can kind of short below 285 using 285 as your stop, looking at these areas as potential or as covering. Not saying to short this one right now, just give you an example though. This one might be doing a cup and handle, it might break out. But watch if it fails. Again, you also got to see how far price is away from the moving average lines, and you know, but some people scalp these, right? They might scalp a 280 down to 260 really quick, make 20 cents. PRPH is just dumped. Opened after the halt and just dumped. Yeah, now it's bouncing. Take a look. So PRPH halted, right? Opened back up and dropped all the way back down to 436. Now you're kind of in this range right here. Got to see if that 426 area holds. Now it's dumping and giving it all back. All right. That's why you got to be careful and not get too greedy, right? If you're a newbie and you start chasing, right? And you start chasing when it hits trade ideas and you bought somewhere up in here, it gets halted and then it opens up and you're down, you know, from $5 down to 420. You just lost 80 cents right at the open. Gotta be careful. BLNK might be broaching an inverse head and shoulders breakout on the 1 minute. Got to see here. So keep an eye on this. Again, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, neckline right here. See if it can get above right there. See that? No coincidence. Rejecting off that 200 SMA. Got to watch. And it's basic. I think it's the, I can't see on my screen here. There you go. It's breaking above. Can it get above the 200? Be aware if price can break the 200. Be aware of its resistance at $5 and also at VWAP around 513. Right now, it's struggling. Let me just remove some of these drawings. Yeah, it's got some aways, but again, look at these patterns. I don't love it right now, but if you were to look at this, you want to see it get above that 200 SMA, then ideally above VWAP. All right, guys, I am super tired here, so if you're new, right over here, again, make sure, number one, if you're watching us on YouTube and you're not a member of our Facebook group yet, you can come and join us over here. We are the Bullish Bears, very large community. We keep all the spammers, the trolls, all that garbage out of here. So come and join us. Ask all your questions over here. We set up this community really, you know, ask your questions if you're new. Really great, safe place to learn about the stock market. Ask people questions, interact with them, right? So you can come and join us over here. The link will be below, or you can head over to our website over at bullishbears.com. Again, you'll see our day trading room. We have a swing trading room over here. So pick whatever style of a trader you are. Our day trading room moves a lot quicker, a lot more action than our swing trading room. Obviously, swing trading is a lot much slower, right? Our trade alerts right over here. We do trade alerts, swing trade, day trading options as well. Our alerts, we call them trade alert setups because we're different than other companies. We're not calling out trades to you because, number one, we're not a stock pumping service, right? We don't get in trades, pump up stocks to you, profit, and then make ourselves look like heroes. That's not who we are. Again, no hate to other companies that do that, but that's not going to benefit you as a trader. Again, what's going to benefit you as a trader is coming to work every single day and doing what we're showing you over and 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 over again, right? That's trading over and over and over until you make it as a trader or you fail, right? And 90% fail. So not trying to be negative, but we're trying to teach you guys, right? We're trying to teach you the proper ways on how to trade. So again, read about our trade alerts over here and how they work. Our courses, guys, look, thousands of dollars of courses for free. This will keep you busy for at least a few months. If you've looked at other day trading courses, swing trading options courses, you'll see, put them all together and they're going to be at least $3,000 plus for a package. But, we've also put on 2 candlestick courses right here, really in depth on how to trade candlesticks patterns and reversal patterns. So we've got a lot all wrapped up in here for you guys. So make sure you take our courses, right? Lots of good content. We also have our members only section with private members only videos. We do webinars. We share our trade idea screen share link every day. It's a $120 scanner, that in and of itself per month. Again, try and use our scanner first. And then when you have the budget, then pick up your own copy, right? And then we do watch lists and alerts every night. So we're setting you guys up to be good traders, but you have to do the work, right? We give out hand ups. I always say it wrong. We give out hand ups and not handouts. Is that right? We don't give handouts. We give a hand up. That sounds a little bit better. So we have a whole members only section, all that good stuff. And again, as you can see here, guys, we are only $10 per month. Again, we don't know what we're going to do in the future for pricing. We may raise rates, we may not. We are not sure. But again, those who have been loyal, those who are current customers, we will reward you and more than likely grandfather you in. So if we do screen sharing and you're paying $10 a month or $99 a year, chances are you'll get it. For those of you guys that decide we're not worth it, or you don't know, or you're skeptical, or you're going to go somewhere else, you may come back one day and we might be more than $10 a month. No guarantees, right? So that's what we got, guys. Hopefully this was helpful to you. Again, if you want to go over to our YouTube channel, just type in YouTube, go over here to Bullish Bears. Right here. You can see here's our a whole bunch of videos. We have these you can see some of the ones we've done in the past few days. We've been doing lots of lives, these screen shares. At some point, we'll probably take these replays and make them private for members only. So again, if you're not a member, come and join us. If you are a member, these videos will end up being private. And look, you can have all this right here. I've done an hour and a half today. I've done 2 hours yesterday, a couple hours day before or so. These are going to be all replayed, so you can watch this over and over and over, right? This is how you become a good trader. It's over and over and over, looking at support, resistance, these patterns, and putting it all together. So that's what I've got for you guys today. Happy trading. Again, we shut things down 11:30 or so because the market starts to slow down, right? You don't want to be trading through lunch. People go to lunch. You can come back towards the end of the day, look at doing swing trading stuff. But if you're trading, 11:30 on to 3 o'clock, that's a perfect way to get burnt. You're trading against algorithms and computers and all that good stuff. So, walk away, right? So there you go. That's it. That's my rant. Happy trading. We will see you tomorrow. Enjoy.